Okay, I'm going to try to do this video while it's not blazing hot and I'm not all hot and sweaty and out of breath. These are my hanging baskets. They're doing really well. I did not start those from seed. I did get those from a greenhouse. My blocks need painted. My rain barrel is full again. I used all the water out of it and had to hook up the water hose during some of that dry weather. And I was weeding this afternoon. I planted, I don't know if I had that on my last video where I planted the sunflowers. And I still have some sunflowers to plant. My peppermint is doing excellent. My little rose bush is doing okay. That is my aloe plant that I tried to kill. And these are little tiny little tomato seedlings that are never going to amount to anything. My oregano is doing well, and my zucchini sprouted up and is looking good. Those are my marigolds that I planted. They're looking pretty good. Some of them are big, some of them are small, and one of them didn't come up at all. I sound like Dr. Seuss, so I put a little sunflower in there. Yeah, I know. We'll see how that works out. And there's my garden. With all the rain, that thing gets really full of water and very heavy, and I have to take it out off of the hook. Let's just start here. Those are slowly coming up. Finally getting some height on them. I forget what they are now. This is basil. Cilantro? I forget what they are. I've got it written down somewhere. There is more marigolds. They've got buds. Yeah. And then there's my herbs. Somebody's mowing their grass again. My onions, my spinach is about ready to pick. I have pulled, and I don't know how much I pulled off of that, or cut off of my lettuce, and it's still going crazy. Yeah, my onions. I've pulled several out of here. We had them with our burger this afternoon. Oh, look. It's going to seed. I need to pull that one up. Didn't notice that. My peppers, remember I said that I had pinched off the tops of them to make them bushy. And look, they're getting all bushy. And they're getting little. They're getting ready to bud. Right there. Look at that. But they're all doing pretty good. Okay. This was, I don't know if you remember, but I said that was a different kind of onion. It was called a sugar, but it's not getting very tall. I was really excited to see this the other day. I've got little beans. I thought this thing was gonna die, but look, I've got beans. And my carrots. Remember when I thought my carrots were never gonna come up? Look how tall they are. And you would think that they were really tight together, but they're not. I mean, they're probably still too close together, but I pulled 100. I finally thinned them. And then the other day I said, oh, maybe I need to thin some more. And I pulled one out and it was starting to turn orange, and I felt like I was a murderer. And I said, I'm not pulling anymore. I found out what was wrong with this lettuce. It wasn't getting enough water. But after the rain, it got a bunch of water, and I cut a big bunch out of there, and it's in my refrigerator and ready to eat. But see how it comes up? I thought it was head lettuce, but it's not really head lettuce, but it's not really leaf lettuce either, is it? But I think all of these are probably almost ready to come out and eat. These were dying. Like I said, I got in there and it was so dry, and I just really soaked them. There's some more of my carrots. Look how tall they are. I had to get in here and weed today. And my tomatoes. Look at all the blooms I've got on them. These are Romas. I have 4 Romas here. I had to cage them because they were falling over. Look at all my blooms. And ramas. I tied them together to try to give these some stability. So that's what this one I just caged today. This one isn't getting very tall, but I have a feeling it's just going to surprise me. That's a Mr. Stripey. That's a Mr. Stripey. And that's a Mr. Stripey. And lots of buds. But that's a strange bud. I guess it's, look at that. That's a strange bud. I'm so used to growing the cherry tomatoes that I wasn't used to that kind of bud. Bloom. Huh. But, good. And this is my, wait a minute. These are my cherry. This one is as tall as I am. Almost as tall as I am. I'd say that's 5 feet. But I saw the other day, I'm getting little green tomatoes. I can't find one on that. Oh, here we go. Here, tomatoes. Look at my tomatoes. I've got tomatoes. This is the black cherry. And that's the, what's it called? Something 100. And then this one too. Got blooms all over it. I did sucker this one. I suckered them today because I wanted the fruit. I want to show you something. I don't know if you remember that I said on this particular plant that I pulled a sucker off and I stuck it in the dirt just to see if it would grow, and it wilted, and then finally it took off and rooted. It's a plant and it has little blooms on it. But look, that's all the taller it is in there. That's it. And it's got blooms on it. And that's a sucker. And I know it's going to sound strange. I talked to my chiropractor, and he said he got some of the best tomatoes ever off of suckers that he planted. So I need to cut these off where they're dead. I need to cut off a lot of the lower branches. But I'll show those from the outside. And I got these onions. These are the candy, and they're doing better. Oh, look at that one, going to seed on me. Yeah, I'm going to pull those before I go in. But I think these are candy, the smaller ones. But I don't know, man. Once the lettuce got going, I can't believe these little boogers have seed pods on them. Maybe I should just let them go to seed. I was out here with my gloves on, my gardening gloves, and I just decided to get in there with my gardening gloves and fluff up that dirt a little bit to aerate the soil. But and yeah, see, I had to weed here. It was getting icky, getting weedy. I think the yard guys are maybe coming tomorrow. But yeah, look at my stuff. I put a cage on my beans because my sister says, "Oh, I think you need to cage your beans," because one was leaning over out of the pot. But I'm just really tickled because remember whenever I said, "Oh gosh, I hope something grows," and I protected it every time it frosted, and now I just have to make sure that no large animal like a deer comes through here and eats it. Oh, here we go. There's some more babies. Babies. Oh, look up here, I got more babies. Right there and right there. Lots of blooms. And oh, here we go. There we go. There's a and back over in here. Wait a minute. Over there. I've got, oh, I couldn't see him from the other side, but there's one down in there. And it's really high, see? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go from the top of my head over to the tomato plant. Okay, you can't see me doing it, but this is the top of my head. That's the top of my head, so you can see how high. Yay! I think I told you I had to replant my cucumbers. They still got plenty of time, and they're supposed to vine up this thing. And that is my glass gem corn right there in the blocks, and my corn is coming up. The landscape fabric, not really keeping the weeds down too much, but because they're growing up around the, I need to get in there and see how the weeds are growing up around the plants. Yeah. But that one over there, This is the one. This is one of them that I had to replant. Okay, where are you, darling? There you are. There. It's right there. Pulling some of this. It's right there. That's the... Let me get that out of there. But, yeah, there it is. It's right there. Trying to pull weeds without pulling it, but right there. That's the corn. Okay. And... Oh, my. I put my flags up for Memorial Day. And I called it my victory garden. But you remember how it was before. I'm going to go up on my steps so you can see. There's my garden. I couldn't be more proud. Like I said, I just have to keep the critters out of it now. Go down the steps here. See, I have no railing. You know, I'm doing this without a net. Okay. All right, there we go. Just tickled. The tomato plants. All right. Tomato plants and everything. So, anyway, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pull those onions and go and start this upload. And thank you everybody for watching. And I hope your garden is doing well. And I hope you are practicing a reverent Memorial Day. All right? Bye. Thanks for watching.